Joining us today for Primetime Local News is singer-songwriter Nuela Charles. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today, Nuela.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, really glad to be able to have you on here because you have recently released your self-titled album, and this has been released back on Friday. So, what exactly is this album all about? For fans here in the border city, of course.
Yeah, definitely. So this is I think my sixth studio project, and it's self-titled because I think after being in the music industry for so long, you're constantly pulled in multiple different directions, being told what you should do, what you should wear, what you should sound like. And I found I finally hit home on what I wanted to say and what I wanted to sound like sonically. And I think in all of my years, I've never felt more comfortable and more just myself. And so it felt very appropriate to self-title this record. And it's just about, learning to love yourself and learning to stand up for who you are and not dim your shine for anybody in any situation. But that doesn't mean like you're above anyone. It just means we're all made wonderfully, uniquely different, and that should be celebrated. And so I think it took a while for me to learn that, and I wanted to share that message on this album.
And how many tracks are going to be on this album? Can you kind of expand on what fans can expect and which songs really inspired you from this?
Yeah, definitely. There are 10 tracks on the record, and seven of those are full songs, and three of those are like mini little interludes. It kind of gives you a glimpse into, maybe the behind the scenes of the album. Like there was one song that I was starting but didn't really finish. Like it didn't there was nothing else for me to say, so it kind of just ended up being this half-written song on piano. And then just some little like words and phrases that have really been in my mind for the last 2 years, just about, myself and my journey. But it's definitely it's a unique project. Like no song is the same. And I think they're all my favorites, but my favorite would have to be the very first one called Alive. It really has a lot of those alternative rock kind of sonic references and that I love because I listen to alternative rock music all the time. And it just really starts the album beautifully, kind of like a soundtrack. Like it begins and it kind of takes you on this journey of highs and lows and, fast songs, slow songs. And yeah, I'm just really excited for people to hear it.
And for your previous work, it sounds like you've already had so much strong support. So, do you expect to see that strong support once again with this album?
Yeah, definitely. With projects like this, it's always kind of we're all quick out of the gate, and then it takes, like now is when the work really starts, just to get the word out there and to share the new music and, give people the time to listen to it. So yeah, it's definitely, a journey, and it's never just like put it out and then expect millions of people to listen. I mean, I wish that was the case.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, yeah, the work begins now, and I'm really just excited to be able to share these stories.
Well, it's really great to hear how you've been continuing on with your musical journey, and it sounds like you've had some great success so far. So, other than this album, I know you were the winner of the second annual SoCon Music Awards. How did it feel to be able to receive that?
Yeah, it was amazing receiving that award, mainly because, it was celebrating women and female identifying artists in Canada, but it was voted on by working, career artists and musicians who I look up to. And so to find out that they were on the jury kind of like blew my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh, this means actually a lot. So it was really nice just to know that they have been seeing the work that I've been doing, and deemed it worthy, I guess, of being recognized on such a high level. But yeah, I was super grateful when I got the call. It was very exciting.
Well, that's truly inspirational, Noella. It's really great to hear about that. And are there other projects that you're working on that you kind of can tell us about, a little teaser that you have coming up in the works?
Yeah, like it's a lot of like pre-work for the record. But we actually ended up filming seven full live performance videos for the album. Which I could have dropped today, but I felt like it's better to tease them out.
Yeah.
So the first one was released today for the song Heavy. And it's full band performance behind this beautiful backdrop, this huge like LED screen. So each video will be different, but it just gives you a taste of what it sounds like in a live setting. And that's where I thrive, and that's what I love the most is performing concerts. And so it was really fun to be able to do that for everybody. So I can't wait to share the rest of those in the coming weeks.
Well, as I was saying before, it's really great to hear about your successful journey so far in your music career. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Noella.
Thank you for having me.